Um, by request, let us discuss Aleksander Barkov, or as he's also known, Sasha Barkov, which is a nickname version the same as Robert would be called Bob or Rob. Barkov's an interesting case because when the Florida Panthers drafted him, he was right after McKinnon, so McKinnon got all the press. Before Drouin, and Drouin was seen as being this sensational player coming out of junior, and Seth Jones. Jones was supposed to go number 1 that year and didn't. And I was especially baffled by a few things. First off, I thought that Colorado already had their center in Matt Duchene, and that they drafted a defenseman to go with that and complement it. And then when Barkov went to Florida, I was like, really? Because Jones would have fit in there too. Imagine Seth Jones and Aaron Ekblad on that blue line. But I have to say this, Barkov's proven me wrong. He had 24 points in his rookie year in 54 games. Now this is your standard limited ice time, learning the game, learning to play. And Barkov's game is not a flashy offense. It really isn't. He's never going to be a 40-goal scorer, I don't believe. And yet Couturier had that kind of year this year, so maybe he will. But his game is more just full two-way. 36 points in his sophomore year in 71 games, and it looked like he was probably on his way. Kind of. And I had concerns coming out of that sophomore year. I thought, I don't know that he'll ever become a top-flight center like we had expected McKinnon, Drouin, or a high-profile, top-notch player like a Seth Jones is now for Columbus, drafted by Nashville. But then in 15-16, he plays 66 games and has 59 points. And this is where the problem comes in. He gets hurt. So that year he gets hurt. He misses 16 games. The following season he plays 61. He misses 21 games. He had 52 points. And I didn't see a lot of him in the 16-17 season. This channel, I was still doing this channel as sort of a part-time thing and watching whatever games I wanted to. And I wasn't paying as much attention to all 31 teams as I did this season. There were 30 teams last year, so you would have thought I would have had more time for attention to everybody, but I didn't. And the truth is that I missed out. I looked at his totals and I thought, he had a good year. And I watched some of his games and I thought, oh, yeah, he's a good player and he's a decent number 2 center, and that's about it. So I still felt that drafting him at number 2 was probably high. I felt that Drouin probably still had more upside. McKinnon, I gave up on McKinnon. McKinnon might hit 65, 70 points. What did I know? And of course, Seth Jones has been really steady and a really fantastic offensive defenseman in his career. This past season, 2017-2018, I think we'll look back at this being the best season of Sasha Barkov's career. And his 78 points in 79 games really affirmed his standing as a two-way center. 27 goals, 51 assists, 78 points in 79 games. Those are really solid goal and assist totals, and he's played very, very well. What gets me with Barkov, and I've said this before, and I watched a lot of Florida games in the second half of this season because they were fun to watch. Barkov is so strong on the puck. So he decides, it's my puck, and that's it. And nobody takes the puck away from him. And I've watched teams double team him, and it just doesn't work. So while you can look at his totals and say, well, 5 years in the NHL, he's only played 331 games, he's got 100 goals, 249 points. Decent, not bad, but by today's standards, he's pretty excellent. And his totals are getting better with each subsequent season. Although you can look and say, well, his totals dropped between 15-16 and 16-17, but he was playing hurt for a lot of that year. He was an All-Star Game player this year, so he finally reached the All-Star Game. He's a Lady Byng finalist as I'm recording this. He may win it. And the funny thing is, he was nominated in 2015-16. The Lady Byng trophy seems to be the one now that they're awarding to the guy who should get the Selke. And it used to be the Lady Byng would go to the guy who should realistically be a Hart candidate. And it's like the voters know that they're kind of screwing him over. So he gets nominated for the Lady Byng. And that's how it feels with Barkov right now. that he should have been top 3. And as a Bruins fan, I will say I would have had Barkov in there ahead of Bergeron. Barkov played more games. Part of the reason that I argued against Barkov being included last year in that talk was that he only played 61 games. Look how many Turgeon played. I guess you can get votes based on reputation, but you can't get the votes when you play in Florida. And I really think that's what it is. Anybody who watches Sasha Barkov every night, you can't walk out of that game, and I'm talking as somebody watching on television, but you can't leave that game not thinking, wow, that Barkov is kind of fantastic. I don't remember him having a bad game of any of the ones I watched. And I don't remember seeing him get rattled. And if you want to look for a European version of Patrice Bergeron, he's right here. And if he can remain healthy and play 75-plus games every year, this is your next Patrice Bergeron when it comes to Selke trophies. He's going to win a number of them. I believe that. He won bronze at the Olympics in 2014. He won silver at the World Championships in 2016 for Finland. His father, who was a Russian, ended up playing for Russia, Finland, Italy, played between 1982 and 2004. Did not play in the NHL. This Barkov is Finnish. This Barkov plays for Finland. And from what I've seen in comment sections, very well thought of in Finland. Finland's a big fan of his game, and they're very proud of what he's done on this side of the pond. And I think that next year, if he can hit 30 to 35 goals, if he can hit 80 to 85 points, he should absolutely not only get Lady Bing. There's Lady Bing again. Should not only get nominated for Selke, he should be one of the top 2 favorites. And again, I'm a Bruins fan. I love Bergeron. But man, Barkov is so strong on the puck. And his defensive game is on point. It doesn't matter what end of the ice he's at. He gets the puck, he keeps the puck, and he gets it out of trouble, or he gets the other team in trouble. And that's what you look for in a Selke candidate. So there you go. Sasha Barkov. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. Just happen upon this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.